How are you doing? So I want to talk to you about what's going off with the hosepipe bans and more importantly what we can do about it. So I'm just recording this video just to have a bit of a chat. There's no editing, it's just a formal sort of chit chat. Now there's no point in having a big debate about the water companies themselves and whether they're doing enough or not doing enough, or whether there's a major problem, or whether it's anything to do with anything else, whether it's to do with an increase in population. This video is not to discuss any of those things. This video is to talk about what we can do. So let's keep it positive. Let's think about what we can do. Now, depending on which water company you're with, if there is a hosepipe ban in place, have a look in the FAQs or go to Google and type in name of water board and then put the plus sign and then put new turf or new seed or new lawns and see what comes up. Now I'm with Yorkshire Water, and Yorkshire Water actually have an exception for newly turfed gardens and newly seeded lawns. So take of this what you want. Go ahead with this however you want. If you are seeding or you've just put some turf down, you can water using a hose pipe for 28 days. So I've just been doing some seeding on mine, so I'm still watering because I don't want the seeds to die off. Now if any of your lawn dies back and you need to seed, then obviously you can water for 28 days and there isn't going to be any issues. If you're with Yorkshire Water, or if you're not with Yorkshire Water and you've got a hosepipe ban. So that's that. Seed and turf you can water for 28 days. So what can you do? What can you actually do? Now the main thing really is storage of water. How many of you actually store water? I bet not many of you. You might have a water butt, but that'll empty in 10 minutes. If you use a pump or anything like that, it's just not going to last very long. But it's a good idea to have them anyway. It is a good idea. And I'm talking more about grey water. So we've got bath water. We've got water from washing the pots. We've got shower water. So every time you have a shower, do you step in, press the button and you're under straight away? Or do you turn the shower on and wait 30 seconds to a minute till the water's warmed up? And most people will wait 30 seconds to a minute for the water to warm up. And I've actually tested this. You can actually fill your bucket up in that time. So if you go to B&Q, they've got the orange buckets, and the buckets, last time I looked, were £1. £1 each. Let me just grab one. Right, so yeah, these, they're £1. £1. So go and grab 10, go and grab 20, and every time you have a shower, your partner has a shower, your children have a shower, just pop the bucket up in and fill it up. So with your bath water, same thing. So you fill your bath up, you have your bath, and then get your buckets and put them in the bath. Now yes, it's an inconvenience, yes it's a pain in the backside, but it's an option. Whether you want to follow this or not, it's entirely up to you, or you just let it do its thing, let it go dormant and wait for it to come back later in the year. But there is also that small chance that if you do that, the lawn can die off in places, which I have seen happen, especially if you're walking on it, kids are playing on it and dogs are using it. So if you do that, is it going to stay lush and green? Probably not. Depends how much you're putting on and how big your lawn is. But it may go brown. However, even just giving some water once a week means that even if it's going brown, it will then recover fully in the autumn. And this is what we're talking about, survival of your lawn. So in a theory, how much water would you need if you want to keep it lush and deep and green? So let's talk about that now. An average hose pipe on an average pressure will use about 1,000 litres of water per hour. Now, I haven't looked this year, but a typical cost per 1,000 litres is about £1.30, £1.40. It may have changed. This was last year or the year before when I checked, so it might be a bit more than that now. So the question is, how often do you water your lawn, and how long do you water your lawn for? And this all depends on the size of your lawn. If your lawn isn't very big, and if your lawn, you put the sprinkler on for 20 minutes 3 times a week, that's an hour. So you're using 1,000 litres of water. How many litres of water can you collect from grey water? I think it's going to be hard to collect 1,000 litres. I don't actually know how many is in these, but I bet there's about 10. Let's have a look. 12 litres of water in one of these orange buckets. So 20 buckets, what's that? 200 litres? Not even that, 17 buckets is about 200 litres. So, can you collect 18 buckets 3 times a week? That is the big question. And that is a decision that you would need to make yourself. This is to keep it perfectly green. If you're happy to let it sit back a bit, then don't worry. Your main aim is just to get some water on at least once a week. So just do what you can. Now how are you going to apply it? Well, you can use a watering can, or you can use a sprayer. And if you're going to use a sprayer, get one with a wide angled nozzle that produces a heavy flow, like a green, what is it, DT7 is it? DT7 or 7.5, or a black or a white nozzle on the flat fans, and they give out a heavy flow rate, and so you would need to fill a 20 litre sprayer about 7 or 8 times with each bucket. So I think it's quite possible to fill 7 or 8 buckets over 3 days and keep repeating if you use your shower or your bath water. So if you want to get 10 buckets, you stand half a chance. And then if you put 2 buckets into one 20 litre sprayer and you walk over your lawn, it's going to take a bit of time, absolutely. Or you can use one of these little submersible pumps and put the pump into the bucket and spray that way. So there's a few options for you. What else can we do? We can put seaweed on. We can put a wetting agent on. The wetting agent and the seaweed, which are both ingredients in my emerald green on my website, lawnright.co.uk/shop. If you want to get some of that, you can. It helps to hold water around the roots to stop it draining through as fast, so the lawn can use it better. The seaweed is a stress reducer, and there's some other goodies in there as well which helps. So it's a good option and it's a good idea. You don't have to use my product. You don't have to use any seaweed. You don't have to use a wetting agent. As long as you can get some water on once or twice a week, it's going to help. It'll still go brown, but it will recover fully in autumn. If you do nothing, it's going to go brown, but there's a chance parts of your lawn will die off, because that's just what happens when people use the lawns. So you've got options. If you're seeding, and if your seeding happens to not work very well and you need to reseed again a month later, then you can use the hose pipe to keep watering those seeds. Okay, that's entirely up to you. But if you want to do things properly, then make sure your seeding is done properly. Water as much as you can. You're either going to have good green, or you're going to have a degree of green going down to brown, depending on how much you put into this. So at the moment I'm still seeding, so I'm still using the hose pipe. But in a few more weeks, when I finish the hose pipe use, I'm going to switch to doing this. So you can follow along if you want. Now what else can you do? Thinking of ideas for long-term use. If you've got room, you can get some of those large IBC containers. They actually hold 1,000 litres, so that gives you an hour's worth of watering. So one of those would last you a full week, and then all you need is a little submersible pump connected to your hose pipe, and you can use that with no issues whatsoever. Other people collect rainwater off of the roof and into containers, into water butts. I've even heard people in comments over the years having a pipe coming out from their water pipe from when they've washed the pots going straight into a container. So all it needs is a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of thinking what you can do to harvest water. Now over winter there's so much water about, so if you've got a lot of room you could fill several IBC containers, but even just one or two, and then you can keep topping those up through the week with one of these. Okay, you have a shower, your partner has a shower, all of your kids have a shower or a bath, and you fill these up, you go and fill your IBC container up. So that hopefully will give you some ideas of what you can actually do. So that's my take on it, that's my tips. Ultimately it's all about getting water on and trying to not go on as much. So I'll leave that one with you. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.